Greetings, everyone. The purpose of this short video is threefold. First, I'd like to comment briefly on your work on this last week's assignment, International Perspectives on Leadership. Second, I want to just talk briefly again about the need to enroll in TaskStream. And then third, I want to visit with you a little bit about our class schedule and encourage you to start thinking ahead just a little bit. First, let's go back to this last week's assignment. With respect to this last week's assignment on international perspectives, I want to compliment you on your work. I've read all of your reports and many of your replies. I just have to finish reading the rest of your replies once they've once they've been posted. I can see already that you have been doing some very good thinking about how and why leaders need to think not just locally but globally as well, and to stay on top of issues and events, again, not just at the local level but globally. As I indicated to virtually everyone in your discussion board threads, please be thinking about how you individually learn about and think about the issues and events locally and globally, and how you plan and think about how those are going to impact you personally. Leaders have to maintain that kind of a perspective, as we've been saying this last week in our discussion board post. Please make sure that you take a look at my general feedback comments on this last assignment that have been posted in the Module 2 feedback link, as well as any comments that I may have made to you individually in the Grade Center. Again, my best hope each week is that this information that I provide to you will help clarify things for you just a little bit further. And as always, let me know if you have questions about anything I've said or any of my comments that might be confusing to you. Okay, enough said about this last week. Second point I wanted to make today is to make sure that you review the information on enrolling in TaskStream that's posted in the Module 2 assignment link. Remember that you need to formally enroll in TaskStream as soon as you can. Hopefully you can complete your enrollment by following the directions that I've attached on kind of a step-by-step basis for you in Module 2. If that causes you any issues, or if it doesn't seem to work the way you think it should, be sure and let me know. Third, believe it or not, the semester is moving ahead very rapidly. I'm sure that you've all noted in Blackboard that we do not have a discussion board assignment due this next week due to spring break. And I imagine most of you probably have plans for this next week that don't include doing anything in the leadership class, so I understand that. And I hope you have a great week. Once we return from spring break, we'll be really in the last week in March. In fact, Friday of the week that we come back is the 1st of April. That leaves just the month of April and basically the first week in May to complete all of the things that we need to do to finish this course. When we return from spring break, we're going to change our focus just a little bit. For the next 3 weeks anyway, you will be interviewing leaders to think about how leadership skills are really applied in practice. Please note that you will be interviewing a leader from the business world, a leader from a nonprofit organization, and then also a leader from government and a small government anyway, or politics. And so you can choose the leaders whom you want to interview. Hopefully take a look at the instructions that are provided in Module 3 on applying leadership, and hopefully those are going to be self-explanatory for you in planning your interviews and your posts on the discussion board. Please note that you can do your interviews via the telephone, or you can do them in face-to-face fashion. I would certainly encourage you to try to sit down with the leaders face-to-face if you at all can. Okay. Also, please don't forget to keep working on your leadership projects. I've been in discussions with several of you about your projects, and things seem to be moving ahead fairly well. Please understand that the later we get into the semester, the more complicated things become in terms of time commitments, and so I would encourage you to space out your work on the leadership project. Don't let that project be done. Don't leave it till the last minute anyway, because it may create some issues for you if you do. I encourage you to pay particular attention to the due dates for the assignments that are left within the duration of this course, and kind of work backwards to schedule your work. Again, great leaders are also thinking ahead and planning, so give you a chance to practice some of those leadership skills. Okay, well, that about covers everything for now. As always, be sure to let me know if you have questions or comments about anything related to the course, or if I can be of any assistance to you. Have a great spring break, and we'll talk with you again soon. Take care.